Hello, welcome to the TSU Extension Service Gardens. We're located here at the Talkin Agriculture Park, and it's just off of John Rice Road. What you're observing here is the herb garden that's controlled and maintained by the Master Gardeners of Rutherford County. This year, this herb garden was revitalized, and it was divided into 3 sections by a walking path. The walking path allows people to see and touch and smell the herbs, and this is a good experience, and I welcome you to come and tour the gardens. The first section is a fragrance section, medicinal section, and culinary section. There are a few exceptions. For example, we wanted to highlight the state flowers, like the purple cone flower, also called echinacea, and the passion flower, which will be climbing on this arbor very soon. So let me highlight my most favorite herb, and that is the lavender. I'd like to tell you about my favorite herb. It's called a phenomenal lavender, and it truly is phenomenal. As you see, it's quite an attractor to the pollinators, but it's located in the fragrance section of our demonstration herb garden because it is known primarily for its fragrance. However, it does have a few medicinal and some culinary capabilities as well. Many of you may have already experienced the herb of Provence. Well, lavender is one of the primary ingredients of that herb combination. And medicinal is very common that it helps sleep and gives a calming effect. In the culinary world, it also gives a fragrance to the food and a crisp, sweet taste. Phenomenal though, and I want to emphasize that word phenomenal because it is truly lives up to its name. This particular plant is 1 year old, and it's so good because it's hardy to the Tennessee environment, where we have very unpredictable winters. It's hardy through zones 5 through 8, and Tennessee is primarily zone 7. So the other things that make this a very attractive plant, other than surviving our winter, and you don't have to keep replanting it, is that it has a resistance to both disease and to pest. So you have no deer eating it. The bunny rabbits don't like it very much. And so that's a big plus. In my yard, I have all sorts of critters trying to eat my things, and this is really a winner. This plant is only 1 year old. I'd like to show you the other side of our garden area, which is known as the butterfly garden, show you a mature plant. Here we are in the butterfly garden. And this is the plant I was referring to as being the mature species of the phenomenal lavender. This plant is roughly 3 years old, and you can see how beautifully filled out it is. And the pollinators are everywhere. Little bees are busy collecting the pollen. And this one is a showcase, ready for your gardens if you purchase phenomenal lavender. Here we are again in the butterfly garden, which is one of our Master Gardener demonstration gardens. And I'd like to showcase you a couple of these plants. This one is at its maximum bloom right at the moment. This is called Russian sage. And behind me is another purple showcase plant. This is the butterfly bush, and it is performing quite well at the moment. These are all pollinator attractors, and that's what this garden is all about. This is another section of our butterfly garden, and I'd like to point out this plant, a beautiful bloomer at the moment. It's called Butter and Eggs, and it's located right next to a purple phlox, and up tall is a gray-bearded coneflower. The bee balm is also very popular to the pollinators, and this one will bloom all the way through frost. And the last one is very popular among the butterfly group. This is called swamp milkweed, and in a few more weeks, this one will really be full of butterflies.
Hi, I'm here at the raised bed vegetable garden. We are here at Lane Agri Park at the UT-TSU Extension Office, and this is one of our other gardens that our master gardeners take care of. So these are all completely taken care of by our volunteers here. We trial different things for data for across the state, and we are a part of that here at Lane Agri Park. So our vegetable beds, we have some different types. We start here with a wooden bed, and so we want to show you how you can do different types of raised beds. So we have the wooden bed, some concrete blocks, and some straw bales. So straw bale gardening is very popular, but you can also just contain soil with straw bales as well. We also have a plastic bed that just snaps together, and then we have a raised bed that is up off the ground for those that might be disabled, and they can roll right up to it. So we like to show and demonstrate different ways of gardening in your backyard that you can replicate. So like I said, we are part of a trial program, and that is called the Home Garden Variety Trials. So different groups across the state, as well as home gardeners like yourself, can trial different types of vegetables and send that data to Knoxville. And they put that all together and they send it to our companies, our seed companies, so that they can improve their varieties just for you. So on the back of a seed packet, you'll typically see the days to germination, how long it'll grow for you, so how long your harvest will be, and your yield maybe. It'll also tell you some different characteristics about it. So we like to trial these things to make sure that that is true. And so we get some of these before they are put on the market, and then some of these are actually tried and true varieties that you might have been growing for years. So this year in our gardens here at Lane Agri Park, we are trialing two different types of patty pan squash, and you can see those here. They are growing great and they taste delicious. And you also, as part of the trials, get to share your taste preferences, so how they taste to you. So you can cook them just as you would normally and then share how they tasted. So here in the front we have a squash, and then in the very back bed we also have a different type of squash. And so it's basically a competition between the two, and you can share which one you preferred to eat. We also have some cucumbers here, and these are different from normal cucumbers because these are some dwarf bush varieties. So that means that they're going to bush out more than they will climb up like typical cucumbers would. So you can see here how dense they are, and they are so dense and they have so many flowers all over them. So sometimes cucumbers will set flowers first, and those are typically your male flowers, and then your female flowers will come in later. So some of these are male flowers. They will not be a fruit, a cucumber for you, but a lot of these now are actually your female flowers. So they are starting to produce cucumbers for us. You can sign up to be a part of this on our uthort.com website. It is too late this year, but you can go and see how our trials are doing at this time. You can also see our trial data and results from the past 2 years. So this started in 2017, and all of that data is available for you to see what varieties did best across our state. And be sure to sign up next year so you can be a part of this, and you can receive these trials in the mail, and then you can grow them and give us your feedback. So now we're going to move on out to our vineyard so that you can see how well our grapes are growing this year. And this is a joint project with MTSU. So we study how these grapes grow and how well they do here in Middle Tennessee. And you can come on out and be a part of our harvest on August 24th, starting at 7 a.m. We will be already in the vines harvesting those grapes, and you can be a part of that process from harvest all the way until the juice. So you can take some juice home with you if you come out and help us harvest.
All right, we planted this area in 2003. It's approximately 1 acre in size, 100 feet wide, 400 feet long. It's planted with one variety of grapes, and this is called Cynthiana or Norton grapes. This is a Native American grape. It was first sold around 1850. I've been told there are some vines up on Swanee that are over 100 years old. These were planted in '03. They started bearing in '08, right there. And last year they went through a very severe pruning to try and rejuvenate the grapes. It's a seeded grape. Each cluster will weigh approximately 0.2 of a pound. These will turn out to be a very dark purple to almost black color. When they're ready, they'll be about 20 6% sugar. There's a lot out here. Average should be around 100 clusters per vine. Last year, because of the limited pruning that we did, there was on average about 50 clusters per vine.
For more information on the programs and services offered by the Ag Extension Office, visit their website or follow them on social media.